Hey guys, Rob here with another video covering more of the superb features built in to FlyWP. In this video, we're going to show you how to lock down your WordPress sites like a pro using the built-in Docker and 7G firewalls, all built inside of the FlyWP dashboard. You'll learn how to set up a secure environment, pre-built configurations, block malicious traffic with the 7G firewall. It keeps your sites and your server running safe and fast, and it can definitely improve performance and save on server resources without a bunch of bots attacking your sites and that kind of stuff. So let's dive in. All right, we are here in the FlyWP dashboard. I've just created a new server using awesome DigitalOcean provisioning, and it's landed me in San Francisco with a new IP address on a new Ubuntu 24 server. And I want to kind of go over a couple of things here. The first thing is, what's unique about FlyWP is we use Docker for each of the site provisioning. And that means that Docker it's basically a collection of containers that make up a site. And then each site has its own containers. So not only are the processes all kind of separate and unique per site, but the networking is as well. The Docker instance for the web server can talk to that site's Docker instance for the database server and that kind of thing. They're all tied together and can only talk to each other in that way. And that really helps with security on the website. And so let's dive into what you can do with Docker on each of these sites here that I've got. So when you go into the site, it lands you on the overview tab. And then if you go into the manage tab, this is where you have a lot of control over the Docker instances for this particular site. You can restart Docker. You can update the Docker image. You can restart the web server, and it affects only that website. So it's very unique in that all of the websites on that server are not affected if you're doing any of the stuff using the Docker images, restarting Docker, or the web server, because they're all unique instances. It also provides you a really interesting, very unique way of being able to provide Nginx or Open Lightspeed on one server, and it's a per site setting. It just uses a different Docker image for the web server. That's very unique. I don't know of any other control panel that allows you to do that. There are other control panels that use Docker for provisioning, but they're usually one web server per server. And so this is really unique. So I have here, just to give you an example, I have Open Lightspeed on this site on the same server. And if I go back to that server called FlyWP is awesome, just because I named it a temporary name there. And then we click on the other site, the second one, and go down to manage. This one is Nginx. And so you can separately restart Nginx, restart the PHP service, and restart Docker. And it only affects this particular website, not any of the other sites on your server. So if you're getting memory issues, if you're having like database connection limit issues, there are quite a few different sort of normally server-based issues. This now becomes a site-based issue, and restarting Docker or restarting the web server here in the back end, it can help you free up that memory, reset those database or even the PHP connections, the PHP workers, all of that kind of stuff. It becomes a per site issue, not a server-wide issue. And that's one of the great benefits here of the way they got it architected. And again, Docker is great in this way for security, because now you're got everything separated out and there's no way for some malicious code to start hopping across the different Docker instances because of the way it architected everything. The other thing I want to talk about, which is really cool, is the security on the Nginx servers brings up this option here to use the 7G firewall by Perishable Press. It's basically a built-in set of kind of rules for the web server to block a lot of malicious requests, attack areas on a web server or a website or WordPress. And it's great. A lot of just not necessarily malicious, but a lot of bot requests can come in from various bots, and this blocks a lot of those as well. It comes pre-configured with it enabled. I don't see any reason to change it, but if you want to turn it off because you're having some issues and want to do some troubleshooting and make sure that the 7G firewall is not causing any issues, it's really easy to turn off here. So that's great. It's also got a lot of other really interesting security features built in to this as well. And so you can really drill down and disable quite a bit of things, including the WP admin. If you were the only one ever logging in, you could disable it and then come in here and re-enable it when you want to access it. That really locks your site down in a lot of ways. There's other and more advanced security, like adding security headers, disabling the theme and plugin editor. A lot of times plugins can do a lot of this stuff and reconfigure things within WordPress, but here with FlyWP, you don't even need to use those plugins. It's all built into the configuration on the back end and configures the web server for you. So you don't need to necessarily do all of those different security plugins at all. There are also some firewall settings on the server, but these are really basic ports. 3 ports are open for HTTPS, HTTP normal, so you can redirect, and then SSH to connect. And I would even recommend probably eventually changing that port over to something so it's not open like that. There's a lot of other security things you can do there as well, like using SSH keys only and disabling the password.